Hello and welcome to this year-end News Today special, Newsmakers 2021. What a year 2021 has been. A difficult and turbulent year if there ever was one. A year where waves of the COVID virus variant have shaken India and the world. But it's been a year, as always, of newsmakers, of men and women who have been headline makers, many of them who have clearly set and charted new paths. On this special show, we rewind the clock as I choose my newsmakers of 2021. So who is my number one newsmaker of the year 2021? It's a tough and an easy choice, to be honest. Tough because it's never easy to identify a single individual amongst the host of headline makers, the sea of newsmakers that we confront ourselves with every year. Easy because I do believe that this is a year where this nation owes a particular debt to one person above all others. No, not to a politician, but to a true COVID warrior in a way. Because this has been a year of the COVID variant above all else, where so many Indians have gone through so much of pain and suffering. Because this is a year of the vaccine. Because nearly 90% of the country's over 140 crore plus vaccine doses have come from one production outlet. Because without the vision and entrepreneurial zeal of Adar Poonawalla and his team at the Serum Institute of India, we wouldn't have been able to meet the vaccine challenge. Which is why my number one newsmaker of the year 2021 is the man from Pune. One is interviewed this year on several occasions who has shown that where there is a will, there is a vaccine too. I interviewed Adar when India achieved the 100 crore vaccine milestone. Let's listen in to him once again today, our newsmaker number one. Adar Poonawalla of the Serum Institute of India joins me on this historic day. Adar, first of all, many congratulations to you, because in many ways for India to reach this milestone, Serum Institute, Covishield playing a major part. More than 85% of the doses of Covishield given through Serum Institute. Covishield is more than 85% of total doses. Did you think when you started off about 12 months ago that you would be such an important integral part of such a major milestone? 100 crore vaccines?
Yeah, thank you. But, I never dreamt that we would reach this milestone so fast. We have played a major role, but if it wasn't for the healthcare workers and Prime Minister Modi ji's leadership to get everything together, and the ministries and the government agencies who have helped us with permissions and licenses, all of this was unimaginable, a year ago or a year and a half ago when the pandemic started. And, the credit goes to everybody and our leader, of course, the PM for this. And, now we're in a very comfortable situation, especially when you look at the fact that in the second wave, when it hit us, there was a bit of a shortage, which then we also scaled up, and so many other Indian vaccine manufacturers have also scaled up. And today we're in a very comfortable position.
You mentioned, Adar Poonawalla, the second wave. In many ways, was that the turning point? That period between April to May, when it appeared there was this shortage of oxygen, when it appeared that our vaccine drive was struggling, we had to stop exports, states were clamoring for vaccines. You were quoted as saying that you were being threatened to provide more vaccines at the time, you were under pressure. Was that the turning point, that April-May period, that eventually spurred us to where we are today in October?
Of course, the pressure was always there to perform with public scrutiny and expectations. And naturally, because, at that time there was panic because there were so many cases. But if you remember, we had always said we make 100 million doses or in that ballpark per month. Mm-hmm. It is with the government support at that time that we came together and realized that we need to do perhaps twice that quantity, which nobody could ever imagine. Mm-hmm. And we began that journey at that time, as you rightly mentioned. And by August, September, we had already scaled up quite a bit compared to what we were giving. And now, as you know, in October, we're doing more than 220 million doses plus per month of deliveries in October. So yes, it was a turning point because we realized how serious it was, and how desperate everyone was to get the vaccine, as soon as possible. Of course, now that sort of mindset is reduced. India has turned the tide. We're in a much better situation in terms of oxygen, hospital beds, so many other things as well, and the cases are much lower. From all angles, yes, that was a turning point.
May I look though at the case of Serum Institute, because it's remarkable how you were able to scale up, where today, as you say, you can do 22 crore vaccines a month. I'm sure this will be the subject of some Harvard business study in the future. How were you, Adar Poonawalla, able to scale up so quickly? What did you do? What did Serum do really to take yourself to the next level?
Well, there were major sacrifices, both commercial and by way of commitments, where we had to stop other products, rejig facilities, order and get raw materials from people that we had never dealt with before because of the extra demand also of raw materials. We had to install all this equipment also in record time. We flew some of it down. We bought equipment at a premium that was designed or was supposed to go elsewhere. We did everything humanly possible to build extra facilities. We've got more than 4 facilities right now that are making Covishield. Of course, later on, we've got Covovax and Sputnik and Codagenix and other vaccines coming later. But then we prioritize the entire firepower on this. And yes, there will be case studies on this because we had to do this with very little information, don't forget, in 2020, when we didn't know if anything would work. We had not even standardized the process of manufacturing at that stage when we were tying up with partners. So, there was a lot of calculation that we had to do as we were installing the capacities. And, there is going to be a lot of minute detailing for this level of execution for anybody to do. And yes, we've done that quite well. We had a setback with the fire also in January, which set us back a little bit. But we got over all these challenges and we've learned a lot of lessons along the way.
Well, at the moment, all as I can say is what I said at the outset. You are today's man of the match. You are the one who's really driven in many ways India to this 100 crore milestone. So many congratulations to Adar Poonawalla, to you and your entire team at Serum Institute. Now, no newsmaker list can ever be complete without a politician. Like them or not, netas are the lifeblood of our news cycle. In recent years, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has tended to dominate the political newsmaker category. As always, Mr. Modi was a headline maker in 2021 as well. But this year, there is one politician who tops even the Prime Minister, because the biggest political battle of 2021 was fought in West Bengal. Because it was an election where the mighty BJP election juggernaut was pitted against one regional satrap. Because many political pundits were writing her off. Because despite all the taunts and targeting, one woman on a wheelchair emerged eventually triumphant. Because Mamata Banerjee remains the only woman chief minister of the country and now aspires to be the principal opposition challenger. Because like her or not, you have to admire Didi's tenacity. That's right, our political newsmaker of 2021 is the West Bengal Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee. Her first interview after her Bengal triumph in May was to India Today. Let's listen in to just how Mamata retained Bengal in her own words. She has done the Didi-giri in a remarkable manner in this election. The person of the day, Mamata Banerjee, first of all, many congratulations to you on this big day. I want an honest answer. Did you expect such a landslide? This is even bigger than 2016.
Yes, it is. My target was 2 to 1. My target was, because this is 21, symbolically. So I think these 2 seats, there will be election on 16. And 1 seat, the by-election will be there. So ultimately 2 to 1 will pass. And election commission, how they are behaving this time, horrible. and central government along with all the agencies, they work very vindictively against of us. I congratulate the people of West Bengal and the country people who are watching all this. How we fought the battle. Only we are the street fighter. And that's why we were able to fight this battle. Nobody can fight this battle. I'm telling you, this is a victory of the people. And Bengal saved the country. I must say Bengal saved the country. And Bengal saved the disaster. The COVID disaster is going on. And because of the COVID disaster, we have already taken a decision that we are not doing any victory rally or anything. But let the COVID process is over. Then a good time we will do the victory rally, not now. And now our first priority to take care of COVID patients. And I will urge the central government to give free vaccine to everybody of this country. It is about 1,040 crores. So I think it will take hardly 30,000 crores rupees.
Where?
And central government can build up a statue with 3,500, 5,000 rupees. They can purchase a flight, thousands of rupees. They can easily available. They can get 30,000 crores rupees. If they don't do for this countrymen, I will start this what we say the Ohingsha Andolan, means the non-cooperation movement. Not non-cooperation, that is Asahojogita. Ohingsha means the honest movement, sincere movement for public movement, for justice for the people.
I'll come to you. So you're saying, I want to come to you though to the question people are asking. You're telling me 2-1 was your target. Where did the confidence come from? Because most people were saying very tight race. BJP was very aggressive in this campaign. Everyone was saying, that Mamata is Mamata Banerjee is on the back foot. Where did your confidence come from that you would get 2-1?
You will appreciate that I'm a street fighter. And I told from the beginning that we will do the double century mark, and BJP may not cross 70. And if election commission doesn't help them like this, just like a BJP party, so they should not cost even 50. That was the situation. In some cases, they have tampered the machine. Even I am getting complaint from my candidates that this postal ballot, they have spoiled cancelled so many postal ballots and so many things. Like Bihar, they started in Bengal also. So, but instead of all these odds, I am telling you, salute to the people of Bengal. They have the cards. They have fought not only for Bengal, they have fought for the country.
You could have taken a much safer seat. Why did no regrets?
No, that is not the matter. That is not the matter. Every seat is for me. And this 221 seat is also, it was my challenge. So it was every seat is my seat. That is not the problem. Problem is, they work for the movement, and that's why I thought that I should have given them the salute. It is my salute, nothing else, and I am not worried for Nandigam because I know that there are Nandigam is nothing to me, and Nandigam at least I can tell you that I have taken a risk, but it is not risk. I have been victimized by the election commission. I have been victimized by the election commission and the local administration deputed by the election commission from A to Z.
Is this your biggest victory? 2011 you defeated. Would you call this, no Didi, your biggest victory? You won in 2011, you won in 2016, now you won in 2021. Is this for you the biggest victory of your political career? Because you said everybody was against you in this election. It was Mamata versus all.
That is true. And that's why I think that 11, there was a political reason to change it, and we have did seat adjustment with Congress. And 16 also we contested alone. That time also everybody was saying that Jyoti is coming. We said no, it is not true. Even this time also I said that it is the women voters, the others, they voted for us like anything. I am so grateful to them. And this is a 21 or new challenge, and this will give a challenge to central government for 24 election. This is a turning point.
Are you saying that you are now going to go beyond Bengal? Is this the start, or do you see, because there are those who say Mamata Banerjee is now the #1 leader of
No. I am not
Bengal. Are you going beyond Bengal?
No. I am not leader. I am a worker, and I love to say I am not a very important person, but I am a less important person, and I am a common worker. I am a street fighter. So I will be with all of my opposition friends, all of my countrymen. Whatever they will ask, I will give my full cooperation.
दीदी ये बताइए, लेकिन ये सब जानना चाहते हैं, क्या ममता बनर्जी 2024 में एक तरह से नरेंद्र मोदी जी को टक्कर देना चाहती है या नहीं?
बंगाल का आदमी ने बता दिया कि हिंदुस्तान में अभी नरेंद्र मोदी जी से जाना है और नया कुछ आना है, कि अभी जो चल रहा है ठीक से नहीं चल रहा है। आज अगर कोविड हमारा देश में इतना नहीं होता, अगर ठीक टाइम में हम ठीक से काम करते, 6 महीना हम नेग्लेक्ट कर दिया और कितना आदमी का जान चला गया। आज देखो दिल्ली लो पड़ रहा है, आज मुंबई लो पड़ रहा है, आज बहुत सारे स्टेट लो पड़ रहा है। हमारा स्टेट में भी 5 लाख बाहर से आदमी लेकर और सीएपीएफ फोर्स 5 लाख से हम बंगाल में गांव-गांव में जाके पूरा कोविड स्प्रेड कर दिया। और लोगों को कोई आरटीपीसीआर नहीं होता है, लेकिन हमारा काउंटिंग एजेंट को आरटीपीसीआर करने पड़ता है। ये क्यों डिस्क्रिमिनेशन? ये तो इलेक्शन कमीशन ने किया जानबूझ के।
ये महिला वोटर आपके साथ इतना लगाव है, हर चुनाव में महिला वोटर आपको वोट देती है, ये महिलाओं के साथ लगाव क्या है कि ममता बनर्जी को हर चुनाव में महिलाओं का बड़ा अच्छा वोट मिलता है?
तो महिला हमारा गौरव का है ना, जो घर में काम करता है वो बाहर में सबसे अच्छा काम कर सकता है। इसी के लिए महिला, वी आर प्राउड ऑफ आवर वुमेन वोटर्स and they give us the vote. Even the new generation, the young generation, they all voted for us. Otherwise also to vote, get this 50% more than vote share is 50%.
Did you कभी आपको लगा कि अब इस बार तो did you ever lose hope? कभी आपने आशा छोड़ दी थी कि बहुत मुश्किल होगा, कैसे जीतेंगे? पूरी बीजेपी की फौज थी, कभी ऐसा कभी डर था?
मैंने कभी आशा नहीं छोड़ा था कि जब भी कोई मेरे को बात किया, I am from the grassroots level, you know, I can see the eyes of the people, I know the voting patterns and all this, so it was my totally absolute, I was confident that we will cross the double century. And this time we have got
कभी कोई अब आपकी yes, this time you've got back, you know, that's what I'm saying, you've got maximum seats. So will you make any changes in your style? Will you change the way you do your politics? Because there were allegations against your party, corruption, cut money.
I told you that I cannot change myself because I am a commoner and I am a street fighter. I want to continue that.
ये पूरे कैंपेन में आपको कभी डर नहीं लगा कहीं ना कहीं कि मैं हार जाऊंगी? कोई डर नहीं था?
हम लड़ते हैं, हम मरते नहीं है। हम लड़ते हैं, हम डरते नहीं है। हमारा स्लोगन नहीं है कि हम करेंगे, हम लड़ेंगे, हम जिताएंगे, हम दिखाएंगे और बीजेपी को हटाएंगे। That we have done.
Now 2021 was also an Olympic year, rather a delayed Olympic year, since the 2020 Tokyo Olympics were pushed back by a year because of COVID-19. For a while it appeared that India's medal tally predictably would have a familiar dismal look about it. But all that changed on the last Saturday of the Olympics when one young man from Panipat created history by becoming the first Indian athlete to win an Olympic gold. Neeraj Chopra is a true trailblazer, and the good news is he is no longer alone. PV Sindhu became the first individual sportswoman to win an Olympic silver. And don't forget, our men's Olympic hockey team won us the first medal in 40 years in a sport that has encapsulated our Olympic dreams. Tokyo 2020 is where we rediscovered our sporting newsmakers. Let's listen into them once again. 56 साल की उम्र में ऐसे लगा था कि कोई इंडियन एथलीट नहीं उस पोडियम पर नहीं पहुंच पाएगा। आप ना केवल पोडियम पर पहुंचे पर गोल्ड मेडल मिला है, तो उसके लिए थैंक यू वेरी मच। आपने हम सबका सपना एक तरह से साकार किया।
थैंक यू।
मैं एक पूछना चाहता था कि आपने जो पहले 2 थ्रो किए, पहला थ्रो 86 मीटर, दूसरा 87 के ऊपर, कब आपको पता चला कि आप जीत गए हैं? क्योंकि जो दूसरा थ्रो आपने किया उसके बाद तो आपने जैवलिन को देखा भी नहीं, आपने बस पीछे देखकर आपकी कोच की तरफ देखा और हाथ ऊपर किया। ऐसा लगा कि आप समझ गए थे कि शायद आप जीत गए या मेडल जीते। वो बताइए, वो क्षण जब आप वो दूसरा थ्रो के बाद या पहले थ्रो के बाद आपको लगा कि जीत पक्की है?
नहीं, वो मेरा मतलब मुझे ऐसा फील हुआ कि मेरा बेस्ट थ्रो है, तो इसलिए मेरा वो रिएक्शन था, इसलिए मैंने अपने हाथ उठाए थे। और बाकी मेडल और गोल्ड का तो वही है, कुछ पता नहीं लगता वो लास्ट तक, जब तक कंपटीशन खत्म नहीं होता। तो इसलिए मैं अपना पूरा फोकस रख रहा था, और लास्ट थ्रो के बाद ही मुझे लगा कि हाँ अभी अपना गोल्ड पक्का हो गया है और अभी सब कुछ ठीक है।
ने हमें बहुत बहुत एक ऐसा मोमेंट दिया इंडियन स्पोर्ट्स में जो मुझे लगता है जैसे मैंने कहा उम्मीद नहीं थी, लेकिन आपने एक ऐसे मुकाम पर इंडियन स्पोर्ट्स को ले गए हैं जहां एक गोल्डन मोमेंट मिला है इंडियन स्पोर्ट्स के लिए। नीरज चोपड़ा, यू हैव मेड अस वेरी वेरी प्राउड। हम बहुत अपने आप को गर्वित महसूस करते हैं जो आपने किया है वहां। आपने देश को एक तरह से एक बड़ा बड़ा एक मुकाम तक पहुंचाया ओलंपिक्स में। सो थैंक यू फॉर इट। आप कोई नहीं भूलेगा वो जो थ्रो आपने किया, जो गोल्ड मेडल जीता है। आप खुश रहिए और पेरिस में भी गोल्ड लाइए।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
I'm joined by PV Sindhu, Pusala Venkat Sindhu. Sindhu, for all of us, who's the first Indian woman to win 2 medals, individual medals, silver and bronze. Sindhu, welcome and wonderful to see you smiling, and thank you so much first for making us so very proud and for all those wonderful memories at Tokyo.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You shouldn't be swearing me. I should be saying to you a very, very special thank you, because you brought a lot of smile to us in what have otherwise been difficult times. I want to ask you, how does that feel to be called the first woman to have got 2 individual Olympic medals?
Well, it feels really great. Well, I'm still in that moment, enjoying it. And it was a dream come true. And yes, it has come true. And I'm very happy about it.
You know, there are 2 ways of obviously to look at what you achieved. One is that you came so near yet so far from the gold. The other is that you once again proved that in the big matches or big tournaments, you're out there. How do you see it? The glass is half full or is half empty?
Well, yes, actually, firstly, I would take it as a compliment, where a lot of people kept saying that, yes, I'm a big tournament player. And well, I mean, coming to the semis, and I've done my best. I've given my 100%, but at the end of the day, I mean, only one can win and one should lose. So I think it was, I had another opportunity to prove myself playing for that bronze medal match, and I proved it. So I'm really very happy about it.
What is it about the women? 5 medals in a row were won by women, till of course our wrestlers got us a medal, but 5 in a row of women, Lovelina Borgohain, Mary Kom, yourself. Is there something about women, Mirabai Chanu?
Well, it's good to see women, doing really well and getting medals for the country, and I'm really happy because, I mean, also the support that we've been getting from the sports authorities and the government has been fantastic, and I'm sure, if this continues, there will be a lot more women. I think it's just that, we have to believe in ourselves, and we can be number one, and we can, achieve a lot more.
So would you say that now you have much better facilities than ever before, that there is a greater sense that, any Olympics that we go to, we are now better prepared than we were in the past? Were you better prepared in that sense, and the other athletes, for 2020 Tokyo than 2016 Rio?
Yeah, well, the preparations and whatever we asked for, I mean, everything has been improving, and the support also has been improving, because now this time I've got the opportunity to play, and I had an opportunity where before I used to play somewhere else, and since February I started playing in a big stadium. It's called Gachibowli, where we have the international standards, and it is almost like the Tokyo stadium. So I had that opportunity, so I've used it, and of course I asked the permission from the government, and they've granted permission. So definitely really good facilities compared to back then. I mean, now we've got all the facilities and all the equipment, so why not utilize them? And I'm very happy that the government and the sports authorities are providing everything whatever we need.
History has been scripted by the men's hockey team at Tokyo 2020. A day to remember, because after 41 years, India is back on the podium in Olympic hockey. Since winning the gold in Moscow in 1980, it's been a journey of agony and tears, an emotional roller coaster. Well, today the team lifted itself to the bronze medal in a thriller 5-4 against Germany. It marks a sense of redemption for a sport that India once dominated and gives us hope of even silver and gold in the future. So who were the men who did it? We're joined by some very special players who today have every reason to celebrate because they've made a nation very, very proud. We're joined by the one and only P. Srijesh, the man who's called the Wall of India, the goalkeeper, by star defender Birendra Lakra, and by Mandeep Singh, one of our forwards in a forward lineup that can only be described as Singh is king. Let's listen to them and talk to them in Tokyo. There you are all. Congratulations. First of all, I don't know if you can hear my clap.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
आपने तो दिल खुश कर दिया. आपने तो दिल खुश कर दिया. I am in tears just watching you this morning. But can I start with the hero, Srijesh? 6 seconds to go.
Always.
Then I say 5-4, 6 seconds to go. I switched off my TV. I was scared the Germans would score. Please tell me what was going through your mind. 5-4 and the Germans got that penalty corner.
Sir, thank you very much. At least you mentioned this. I used to do this when Sachin Tendulkar used to get out. I used to switch off my TV. So when you said it, that's made my day. And say when the last situation, 6 seconds penalty corner, nothing else to think about. Just watch the ball and save it. The only one thing which came into my mind is like, Sri, what kuch bhi ho jaye, just roko yaar, please, and nothing else. And that's what I done.
Tell me, for you as a proud Keralite, proud Indian, what does this mean for you? What does this bronze medal, when you had that medal around you, what was it like?
So when I started my career, that's long back in 2000. So I started when I joined the national team also. We had that history. People always tell that, okay, we do have a rich history. We won a lot of international medals. We won a lot of Olympics medals, and we are one of the nation who dominated the sports for a long time. And after 80s, we were in a downfall. And so everyone says, when we are going to race again, when you are going to get a medal. And today, when I got that medal, today when we won that bronze medal, I think this is a rebirth for our game. And this is the time what I can tell my youngsters, I can tell to the next generation. This is what this legacy just wanted to pass to them. I just want to pass this legacy to them so that they will capable to dream about winning a silver or gold medal or winning a World Cup in the future. So I believe this is one of the rebirth for the Indian hockey, and definitely for the youngsters who is dreaming a career in hockey. This is going to give them more motivation.
Of course it is. It's going to create an entire generation of Indians who will now remember you, Srijesh. You will never be forgotten. As will Mandeep, Birendra Lakra, all of you. Each and every one of you is a hero. Mandeep, you were fantastic. Every time you were going into the opposition penalty corner, the Germans were worried. The Belgians the other day, you had, put this, what does this mean? ये moment आपके लिए क्या मायने रखता है? जब आपके कंधे पर वो मेडल आया तब.
बिल्कुल सर, थैंक यू सो मच सर. बहुत खुशी की बात है कि इतने टाइम बाद मेडल मिला है हमें, और फीलिंग तो मैं क्या बताऊं, क्योंकि एक सपना होता है कि ओलंपिक खेलना, उसमें मेडल जीतना, और ब्रॉन्ज मेडल आया इतने टाइम बाद, और बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी है. और आपने अगर गेम की बात की है कि लाइक मेरा यही काम रहता है कि मैं क्योंकि एक बोलते हैं कि टीम हमारी होती है और टीम में खेलना होता है, तो यही रहता है कि जैसे भी मैं डी में जाता हूँ, मेरा यही रहता है कि मैं शॉट ऑन गोल करूं और पीसी बनाऊं अपने, क्योंकि सभी को पता है कि ऑलमोस्ट वर्ल्ड के बेस्ट ड्राइव फ्लिकर है हमारे पास.
कौन सा फेवरेट पंजाबी गाना है? विच इज योर फेवरेट गाना? थोड़ा सुना दे.
सिंधु मूसेवाला.
कौन सा?
हमारे सीनियर है ही सही है. तो
अच्छा, तू शुरू कर. Mandeep, you start, then Srijesh will take over. This is meeting. This is एक दूसरे के लिए. पंजाब meets Kerala.
डॉलर वांगू नहीं नाम साडा चलदा.
अच्छा, तू गा के तो सुना.
नहीं सर, पूरा नहीं आता. जब से आपको थोड़ा सा.
अच्छा, तू पहली लाइन गा ले. then Srijesh will take over.
No. So I'm not a favorite of Punjabi Gana, but these people always play that music.
You know,
And I will enjoy that. That's all.
you know, I must ask you this, Srijesh.
कहाँ बजा रहे हो?
No, Srijesh, not
अबे गाना यार, please.
मुझे नहीं आता, sorry.
हरमन को बुला.
हरमन गालेगा.
Acha, you know, it's been wonderful talking to all of you. And I know this is a celebration in a way. Please keep that medal around you. And,
Sure,
you
sir.
know, you have made all of us very proud. Birender, Mandeep, Srijesh, and each and every one of you. You have, you know, today brought a lot of tears to our tears of joy. In COVID times, you have given us a very happy moment. And please enjoy it, rest well, and enjoy the moment. Ye medal aap hi ka hai. Enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for joining us. That's wonderful to have the players. They've stayed up till after midnight to come on this show. What a day. What a day for Indian sport. It's a day where we all, in a way, have to feel a little emotional. That's what hockey does to you. There's a sport of the underdog. And it is the spirit, the jasba of India that you saw today. Now, I am a cricket buff who loves his Hindi movies, which is why 2021 was a special year for fans like me. I was 18 when India won the World Cup cricket for the first time in June 1983. To then, all these years later, be able to relive the memories of one of the best days in my life is truly special. My entertainment newsmakers of 2021 combine the best of India's two abiding passions, cricket and Bollywood. Hit film or not, for my generation, 83 will always be a very special experience. So, thank you Kabir Khan, thank you Ranveer Singh, and thank you, the one and only Kapil Dev. Okay, since we have most of the cricketers of that 83 team with us and the stars playing the role, we're going to start by asking each of you to play what your favorite mannerism of the cricketer that you're acting as. And Ranveer, you start because Kapil Dev da jawab nahi. So you've got to tell us what is that Kapil Dev moment which is your favorite?
I think with the kind of unprecedented and exhilarating response that we've had to the trailer, there is one dialogue which comes somewhere in the middle of the trailer that's stuck. It's being used as how do you say, pop culture lingo now. It's I was speaking to some of our talent managers and they said, oh, we went for an offsite and we were starting the meeting and you were like, come on, let's start the meeting. Yeah, let's start. What as we here for? It's already at a trailer level. It is gone into, it's stuck on so much that people are using it in different contexts now. So I would have to say.
Ek baar phir bol de.
हाँ, we'll enact the scene. Why don't Kapil sir only say it himself?
Sir, Kapil sir, you said, how do you say?
I can.
No, come on.
Rajdeep sir, you know I can do just about any accent. So I can also do an English accent. I can play David Frith.
Okay.
And Kapil sir can play Kapil sir.
Okay, go for it.
At the press conference का
press
scene
conference.
चल रहा है. Nobody believes in this team. Nobody's even come for this press conference. गिन चुन के 2-3 आदमी हैं. But one man and his conviction firing right back at Mr. Frith. Sir, if you'll call the shot, please.
What do you think are your team's chances in the Cup?
We're here to win.
To win the World Cup?
What else we are here for?
Kapil Dev ka jawab nahi. Perfect. Absolutely. Before I go everywhere, what is the most difficult thing to do a Kapil Dev? What's the most difficult thing? Was it the Natraj hook shot? Is it the bowling action? Wo to dikha.
It was the bowling action, and Ballu sir will vouch for this. 4 hours a day for, I don't even know, 4 months of prep and then 3 months of shooting. For like 7 months I was bowling 4 hours a day.
To dikha?
Yeah.
Final action to dikha le.
यार प्रेशर में डाल दे तो आप. Okay, so for n number of weeks I was not able to make any headway. Of course, sir's biomechanics are unique to him. He has these long levers. Only he can bowl the way he can bowl. And I was given a heads up by by, you name it, Sachin Tendulkar, Hardik Pandya, whoever I've met is telling me, yo man, how are you going to do the action? How are you going to do the action? We were at Lord's and it was rained out and we happened to meet Sachin sir, Kabir sir and myself. And he's like, yeah, you're doing the 83 film. Yeah, wonderful. Oh, you're playing Kapil there. It's going to be too good. You're going to bowl like him. Yeah, sir, I'm going to bowl like him. Oh. Acha. So I was being given a heads up from everybody that this is not going to be easy, and it wasn't for many months.
Especially since you're born in 85 and this is film about 83.
Ballu sir kept telling me, तू जब आता है ना रन अप में ऐसे लगता है पहलवान आता है bowling करने. तो पहले तो तू ये weight घटा है, just come off Simba, had a lot of muscle mass, and then the training began, element by element. How he starts with a slight bend. अच्छा पकड़ी. Starts with a slight bend. First he'll do that little shoulder thing of his. You make these faces, make faces at everybody. Bite his mustache, and then you start one step. And now this was the part where I actually got stuck. And Ballu sir kept saying, tickle the nipple. So after weeks and months of tickling my nipple, I was finally able to do that beautiful action, and it's now there for people to judge on screen whether I was able to crack it or not.
Last shot, that final action. Go for it. Lovely.
Boots and jeans not going to be possible.
तू बड़ा खुश हो रहा है मेरे acts देख के, technique दिखा.
Kapil Paji, tickle the nipple. Yeah, that was your secret.
I think it should be censored.
No, nothing is censored. Look,
It was something like this.
Yeah.
You see the little dance action over there?
Yeah.
And then the move back and income.
not bad at all. Okay, I'm going to go right round because, different people have played different roles. Kabir, I'm going to come to you last to explain how you put it all together. But Saqib, you played the role of Mohinder Amarnath, man of the match, semi-finals and final. Give the man a big hand, legend of the game. Jimmy Paji's thing that I've always remembered, his walk is unique. वो walk करके दिखा कैसे कर रहा है?
Sir, more than the walk, it's the run-up. It took me 6 months to get. Like, I just couldn't get the shoulders to move in the right direction. It's like you take it and it'll be a double step when he starts running. And it's...
Well done. Oh, wow. Mr. Jimmy Paji, have you seen the film? Are you satisfied with the way he's played the role? ठीक है ना? Run up ठीक था?
नहीं रन अप तो बहुत अच्छा था जी बिल्कुल.
पर ये सीक्रेट क्या था रन अप का जब आप उस तरह से चलते थे?
नहीं मैं ऐसे तो नहीं चलता था जैसे
I'm a bad actor.
नहीं I think it was very natural, and see every cricketer has a different run up, and so I know it's very difficult to copy somebody, but I think he's done it wonderfully.
Well done,
really.
Great. Okay, let's turn to our next Tahir. You're playing the one and only Sunil Gavaskar.
Oh man,
you're already sweating.
Oh, pressure.
Why don't you take the mic and tell us what was the most difficult thing of being Mr. Gavaskar?
Sir, you have to ask me what was the easy thing about being Mr. Gavaskar, because nothing was easy. When you sign a film like that, you start getting calls from every generation in your family and friends saying you're playing Mr. Gavaskar. And again, like Saqib got the call for the shoulders, I got a call to say, have you got the swag right? Have you got the walk right?
The walk, the Gavaskar walk.
I have watched all the YouTube videos of his available, watched it in slow motion, because as an actor, what you want to try and do is like, what animal is this person like? And I have found after 6 months of watching it that he walks like a tiger.
Okay.
On screen. Yeah. And when I met him, I've asked him, sir, what was this intentional? Sir, I don't know if you remember that night when we had dinner. And he said, when you're opening for India and you're walking out onto the pitch and you've got like the West Indies team there's a confidence that has to go out with that walk, and that is the intention behind the tiger walk. And I thought that was so phenomenal to have that thought behind you. So can we do it together? Because there's no way there is. Yes, we're just walking onto the pitch.
Lovely.
Convene with us, please.
You want the bat? Mic.
No.
Yeah, I don't endorse it.
Go. In walks the greatest batsman. It's Sunil Gavaskar.
Well done.
Well done. Woo! That's a ball, right?
You know, Mr. Gavaskar, it's one thing to imitate the Gavaskar walk, it's another thing to imitate the Gavaskar defensive shot and batting. So that I can't see happening. But are you happy enough that you've got Tahir's done a reasonable job?
He's done, I think, a fantastic job. From what little I've seen, I've been to England when they were shooting. I saw one day shooting. And after the shot was taken, everybody was, taking it easy, and I was around there. And we were just having a chat. And Tahir was standing next to me. And I'm chatting, and suddenly I see somebody who's looking very familiar standing next to me. So he was standing exactly like I did. Then I realized he's playing me. And so he got the mannerisms right, not just the walk. He's got the mannerisms right. So I'm just looking forward to seeing how he plays an attacking shot. And by the way, I don't play only defensive shots, okay? I play attacking shots also.
I say, no, 1 minute. No one could play the defensive shot like you.
Yeah, but right.
That's fair enough.
Fair enough, yeah.
I mean, no one had a technique quite like you.
Yeah, it's dark enough as well,
Okay, fair enough. But that's wonderful to know that Sunil Gavaskar is there, captured on celluloid. Krishnamachari Shrikant.
Ennamachari Krishnamachari Shrikant. That's how we called him.
Ennamachari?
Krishnamachari Shrikant.
Ennamachari Krishnamachari Shrikant. He has his walk.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask, in all the trailers that we've seen, the accent that Jiva has put for you is just about perfect. Now you tell me.
I think he was outstanding. I mean, as you said, I've just seen the trailer yet. So far. And I showed it to my mother, who's about 80 years old. And she said, hey, yara de, one mariya pesran. She said, who's this? I said, he talks like you, looks like you. So my mother was 80. Who doesn't understand ABCD of cricket. So I think obviously he's done a brilliant job, Jiva.
Jiva, you want to tell us what was your favorite Krishnamachari Shrikant dialogue? I saw the one where I think the team is introduced to the Queen of England.
Shrikant.
Best of luck.
Yes, because when I met Sir for the first time, and I wanted to capture a lot of moments of his, and I had I went to his home and I told him to, sir, can you please tell this dialogue. So he gave me a lot of inputs. It's like twitching off. It's nothing but macha. I'll tell you nothing but the sun hits me, so I do the twitching, and he says that, and I like that famous his famous dialogue of saying, "Kya pagal hai yaar hamara captain? Kya pagal hai?" Hamara captain pagal hi hai. Because he's pagal, he's brilliant. So only pagals can be brilliant. You understand?
So you're not the only pagal, is it?
All pagals are brilliant. Ranveer is pagal, brilliant.
There's an empty chair there because one member of the 83 squad is no longer with us. We did a show with him 6 months ago. He left us a few months ago, Yashpal Sharma. Jatin, you're playing Yashpal. And it's a special thing, I'm sure, for all of them. I can see their eyes getting moist when we talk of Yashpal. What was it about Yashpal ji that was special for you to play?
Sir, everything was special about him. And I think I'm fortunate enough to play his character in the film. And I met him. There were very few things and very many things, similarities. Yes, the focus, the discipline. Yes, I think when you saw the film, you'll get to see it. I think I'm lucky enough to meet all of them, and now the person is not here, but
Kapil Paji, putting it all together, you've been in a sense an inspiration to put this film together. You've got tears in your eyes. What is so special about all of them coming together today?
I think character is the most important. If we pick up all 14 and Yash, I think everybody has a character.
when you want to achieve something as big as that, सबका एक कैरेक्टर होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. देखिए हम सब क्रिकेट खेलते हैं, लेकिन क्रिकेट के पीछे जो अपना इंडिविजुअल कैरेक्टर आता है ना, वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट होता है. एंड इफ आई लुक बैक, I think everybody has a character in a sense where we can feel कि यार they are not pushover. I mean, you give them a lot of respect, not being yes man, but they're ready to die. And end of the day, they were all a brilliant character. You can make a movie on everybody. And that's what, as a captain, I would see that. I think it was wonderful. I was being captain, but I think I wasn't a half of the good or even quarter without a sport of senior. And I would say man, Wally.
I have left my final headline maker, or should I say headline makers, for the very last. In India, you never know what tomorrow brings, especially in the world of news. For the longest time, we thought that the era of agitational politics is ending, that the ubiquitous Kisan protester is a relic from the past. Well, truth is, in 2021, the Jai Kisan slogan resonated more powerfully than ever before. A remarkable year-long agitation that forced the mighty central government to roll back the farm laws. Through all the struggles, the tears and their ultimate triumph, the Kisan Andolan is our abiding image of the year. A year that has redefined India in so many ways. Here's wishing each and every one of you a happy, healthy and peaceful 2022. We leave you then with our final images of this year. To all of you out there, stay well, stay safe. Goodbye, Jai Hind, Namaskar.
अभी भी पीछे हटने का नाम नहीं ले रहे. ये तस्वीरें सीधी हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं, आप देख सकते हैं.
ये कह रहे हैं कि दिल्ली चलेंगे,
गाजीपुर में नहीं रुकेंगे, दिल्ली इंटरव्यू
कह रहे हैं कि हम जाएंगे दिल्ली.
आपको मंडी में जाना है, मंडी में बेचो. टैक्स में जाना है, टैक्स में बेचो. और अगर आपको किसी बड़े बाजार में जाना है, जाओ वहां भी बेचो. यही तो एक कानून है. ये क्यों नहीं होना चाहिए?
सरकार का कोई ईगो नहीं है और सरकार हर विषय पर पूरा खुले मन से किसान यूनियन के साथ चर्चा कर रही थी.
But it is mostly people who are walking out of this area. The barricades at the spot have been broken down. They're going ahead towards the main barricade.
देखिए पुलिस सुरक्षा बल वहाँ पर ऊपर चढ़ रहे हैं. देखिए देखिए मैं दिखाना चाहूंगी यहाँ पर, ये बहुत अहम है.
आंदोलन को खत्म करने के साथ बीजेपी आंदोलन खत्म नहीं होगा. आंदोलन खत्म नहीं होगा. पूरे देश के किसान
करो तो ना जाग करो,
अपनी राखियां करो.
मोदी सरकार मुर्दाबाद.
हमने 3 कृषि कानूनों को वापस लेने का, रिपील करने का निर्णय लिया।